Hello for the seventh Sunday in Ordinary Time, using the first reading Leviticus 19 and Matthew 5:38 to 48 primarily. My other camera broke, so I'm using my laptop, so I might look a little bit different, but maybe it'll work. Well, today we're going to talk about it's the same, still around. It's still the common attitude, the modus operandi. This is the way we think and act very often, normally almost. And what is that? An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. It's just the common attitude. So, if somebody pokes you in the eye, well, poke him and her in the eye. And just to make sure that the end's there, poke them both in both eyes. You know, if someone punches in the face, knocks out a tooth, well, punch him and her in the face. And just to make sure, knock out 2 teeth. And so it doesn't happen again. Well, today is one of those special Jesus perfect days. Be perfect. And Jesus was a good Jew, of course. And Jesus was schooled in the scriptures and the attitude of the Jews. Jesus was schooled in that first reading from the book of Leviticus, where it says, "Be holy, for I am the Lord your God. I am holy." Yeah. So Jesus was schooled by Mary and Joseph in Nazareth. And Jesus believed, that in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 1 to 31, when God created everything, when his Heavenly Father created everything, what the Heavenly Father created, it was all good. And his Father made men and women in the likeness of God. And not only were the men and women good, but all of creation was good. Only good comes from God, his Father. There's evil which comes someplace else. So the Heavenly Father is perfect. The Heavenly Father made you, or made us, be perfect, as my Heavenly Father is perfect. 6 times in that first chapter of Genesis, God said, "It is good, it is good." And on the day of created men and women, and they were very good. Well, Jesus says the perfect. He says his Father is perfect. You're made in the image and likeness of God, and therefore you and I should be perfect, like his Father. And he gives all kinds of examples. There are about 4 or 5 there. And it says, offer no resistance to the one who's evil. 2, turn the other cheek. Someone wants your tunic, we'll give him your cloak. What's the difference between a tunic and a cloak? But do it. If they ask you, would you take me 1? Go 2. Turn the other cheek. You get slapped in one side of the face, turn the other cheek. And then probably the clincher, or the wildest, Jesus said, pray for your enemies. Pray for those who hate you. That's probably the most extreme. If your wife hates you, your husband hates you, your kids hate you, you hate the kids, and so forth, well, everybody's supposed to love the person. And later on he says, forgive always too, but that be perfect as my Heavenly Father is perfect. Well, why is this? He gives 2 more examples. The sun rises on the bad and the good. Sun rises on the bad and the good. The rain falls on the unjust and the just. God's blessing comes on the good and the bad. Good and the bad. And so Jesus said, don't be like the pagans who only love their friends or their family. He's saying be like me, or really be like my Father. And, don't be like the tax collectors out there who cheat a little and exaggerate, and don't be like the tax collectors. And if he were around today, I bet he would say, why don't be like one of those terrorists. Love your enemies. Isn't an eye for an eye still around? Or a tooth attitude still around? That's not the message of Jesus. Jesus is trying to be perfect as my Father is perfect. Today, the 7th, the Sunday, Wednesday, begins Lent. And I think Lent is a time when you try to aim your life and try to be a little bit better. Aiming your life toward the perfect. Ashes on the forehead, which is a sign that you're going to try to do that, I guess, huh? Really. This coming Lent, are we going to try to be a little bit closer to perfect as Jesus invites us to do or tells us to do? Pray for your enemies. Be perfect as my Heavenly Father is perfect. Lent is a great time to try to aim ourselves a little bit more in that direction. Have a good day.